drivers of this economy. Women are growing in business, they are growing in politics. Well, today we are here to discuss how we can take action for advancing women in STEM and transforming gender equality. And for the same, we have a very distinguished set of speakers and panelists. For the same, I would humbly invite all the panelists on the dais. Dr. Tabassum Jamal, Chief Scientist, CSIR, NISTADS. Let's welcome her by putting our hands together, everyone. Dr. Charu Malhotra, Associate Professor, IPA. Dr. Sunita Karad, MIT ADT University, Pune. And our moderator for the same would be Ms. Manisha Sharma, Social Impact Leader, Speaker and Expert, Strategic Partnerships, Skill Development and CSR. Over to the moderator now.
Hello and welcome to all the audience gathering here. I know this is the last session for the day, and in case you're on the phones, would request as simple manners to put down your phones away, keep your phones on the silent, because we are going to have a very, very interesting session. All women here, what a great day to end the session with women on women empowerment and how we have this gap in STEM education and women, and what can be done to map the gap and ensure that the gap is less as far as women are concerned, right? Thank you so much. My name is Manisha Sharma, as you have already heard. I'm a social impact leader and a speaker. I've been part of the ISSA family. Raj is a great friend of mine, and I ensure I'm there on all the sessions and the conclaves he conducts, because they are very, very meaningful as far as the society is concerned and as far as social change that we are heading to is concerned, right? So thank you so much, and I would request you to ask questions after the panel discussion is over. So my first question is for Dr. Tabassum. Great. Ma'am, I would want you to share your life journey, because you are heading CSIR and you are heading NISDATS. I want you to share your life journey so that it is an example for all the women sitting here, and it is also an example for the girl students who I see sitting in the audience. What were the challenges you faced during this life journey of yours in becoming a chief scientist? We don't see many women sitting as scientists. And how did you overcome those challenges?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and having 2-3 more questions where I would like to narrate my journey in a very, very squeezed manner so that, we will have time for other things. So again, I'll start with thanking Raj to call me on this occasion, and we always enjoy what ISSA does and how ISSA has given this platform where at least some recognition part is happening, which is a missed point at many times. So I think a big round of applause for ISSA for giving that opportunity, that they are selecting and they are having those parameters where they are able to have these kind of achievers whom we can bent on, and we will be awarding the Summit Awards, and then maybe they will be the future leaders in coming times. So many, many congratulations to ISSA and the whole team, including you. As far as my journey is concerned, and this women empowerment topic is concerned, Again, my first observation would be that in this session, we all women sitting here, so I would request Raj if one of the male members can come on the dais to give a voice to all of us. I think Dr. Bhatnagar, if you join us there.
Dr. Bhatnagar, can we have you on the stage, please?
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Bhatnagar. क्योंकि विमेन एम्पावरमेंट के लिए वीमेन ही बोलेंगे तो क्या फ़ायदा. विमेन एम्पावरमेंट के लिए हमारे जो बेस्ट हाफ हैं वो बोलें तो कितना अच्छा है. So coming to the point, what is being asked to me is that the career, or say the education part in sciences, is very, very interesting, and generally science, technology, engineering, management, these are associated with boys mainly. If we go back to our old times, school time, generally, whenever the choice of your subject comes, like when you are in 10th and 12th, in old times, बेटा क्या करोगे मैथ्स लेके, इंजीनियरिंग बनोगे, कहाँ जाओगे फील्ड में, तो अच्छा है तुम डॉक्टर बन जाओ. इस तरह की जो चीज़ें हैं, एंड आई विल स्पीक इन बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस. तो क्या करना है आपको, क्योंकि उसमें टाइम का इशू होगा, बाहर जाओगे, डॉक्टर बनोगे तो ठीक रहोगे, एक काम होगा, आपका क्लिनिक होगा, सेफ्टी होगी, सो एंड सो फोर्थ. इस तरह के बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हम शुरू से ही सुनते आए हैं. लेकिन जितने भी हम लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं वो विद सम काइंड ऑफ स्पिरिट इन आवर सेल्फ तो हम यहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं. और हम जैसे बहुत सारे हैं, चाहे वो इंडस्ट्री है, चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट है, चाहे वो पॉलिटिक्स है, चाहे वो मैनेजमेंट है, वी आर सो मैनी, वी आर doing excellent work. It's not that we are proving ourselves, it's not that, but we have that inner power, and that is also God gifted. At sometimes I feel that women are more focused, women are more analytical, and in fact if you take any woman that way, if we talk about women, quote unquote, every woman is a scientist. Because if you think that science starts from home, like when you are in your kitchen, lot of science is happening there. So I think some of my previous speakers, they have given some examples. I will not repeat on those items, but I will say that cooking a meal is in itself is a chemistry. How you cook the meal for your family, that holds lot of emotions with which you make the food, and that is how माँ का खाना याद आता है कि माँ के खाने में क्या था. तो उसमें जो प्यार था, जो इमोशन क्वेश्चन था, वो था जिसका जिक्र हम बहुत एडवर्टीजमेंट में भी करते हैं. तो साइंस की अगर बात की जाए तो साइंस हमारे हर पहलू में है, और वो उसके लिए जो स्टेम की बात हम यहाँ करें, जिस पर्सपेक्टिव में ये सेशन हुआ है कि साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी, इंजीनियरिंग, मैनेजमेंट में कैसे हम विमेन एंड गर्ल्स को आगे भेजें, उसका बहुत ही एक आसान तरीका ये है कि हम अपने घरों में से अपने जो हमारे चिल्ड्रन हैं, हमारे बच्चे हैं, उनके दिमाग से एक डर का निकाल दें. जो एक डर बैठा हुआ है कि एक सब्जेक्ट का डर है, मैथमेटिक्स बहुत मुश्किल सब्जेक्ट है, या जो भी कैरियर हमारे हैं, तो उस कैरियर को समझने के लिए ये है कि इसको क्या करोगे, तो सिर्फ यही पढ़ लो आप, सॉफ्ट सब्जेक्ट्स जो हैं, तो सोशलॉजी पढ़ लो, इंग्लिश पढ़ लो, ये पढ़ लो. तो ये कहीं ना कहीं हमें निकालना पड़ेगा कि द वे, अच्छा, आई मीन, एंड फॉर दैट यू हैव टू असेस द interest of your child. The interest of your child when they are in school or they are in, colleges, you have to have, to give recognition that what interest they want to pursue. So this is what, like, the beginning from the home starts, that how do you assess yourself. As far as my journey is concerned, I was very much interested in pursuing my higher studies, and since, my mother, she was also working, and my other ancestors, they were also in the higher education, they could think that yes, higher education means a good future for the girls. So they never stopped me, and I came to Aligarh University for doing my PhD. And from there, I did my PhD, and then I appeared for CSIR UGC exam, and then I got selected, and that is how I came to Delhi. So that was my entry point for CSIR, Council of Scientific Industrial Research, which is a premier scientific research organization and has some 38 laboratories all over India. And it is basically in all the applied basic sciences, but not the applied sciences. But now, with the coming scenario of significance of humanities, now many of the labs, they are coming up with projects which are focusing for the human values. So with those kind of, and then the talk will become very long if I go more into the journey. But what I'll say that as far as the science, technology, engineering, management, career as a career or as an education path is concerned, there are so many opportunities now, and for that, as far as the policies are concerned, the ecosystem for having a safe and secured working culture is very important. Like I can just narrate you that next to our lab is NPL, National Physical Laboratory, and NPL works round the clock. So all my male colleagues, they enjoy their work and they can stay back, all that, because they are doing their experiments and they have to be there monitoring their work. But somehow after 7 or 7:30, we feel that we should go back home. So sometimes, these kind of things, they hamper the rigor of research what you want to have with the kind of these social issues and say the societal issues. One is not staying back, one is going home because your home also wants you. And then when you go home, your next button starts and you switch off this button. So a kind of balance of work and home is very important for a women. And women empowerment will come with the help of the family. It cannot come without that. It is not possible at all. Everybody should has that fire that yes, I would pursue my degree, I would pursue my education, I would pursue my career. But then coming to the reality, it is very much depending on that how your family is supporting you. And that is the truth which I think all of you understand sitting here, that if you have daughters, if you have sisters, if you have so how far you promote them or how far you give them that freedom that you do what you want. So that kind of liberty or that kind of support if you have from your home, then sky is the limit. That is my message to all the youngsters, that you should have that fire in your belly, that you will do whatever interest you have in your pursue your career. Then where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm telling you that so in CSIR itself, we have so many women scientists. I can give some numbers, some maybe more than 500 scientists the whole CSIR family has. And if there is a list, because I'm not going into the details, they all have a wonderful career. How they became biotechnologists, how they become food chemical engineers, how they became robotic sciences, how they became setting up standard food technologies. So these all laboratories, what we have around 38 stations in India, we have so many women scientists and they are excelling in their work. How they have reached to that level, that narrates the whole story what I have just narrated you. Many of them had a lot of challenges, but then if you have a fire, you will fight with the challenges and you will make your path. In that, taking that point forward, I will just mention here that CSIR has been very progressive as taking the women in science. So there is no discretion, I must say, differences. And in CSIR itself, we have basic sciences labs and all, wet labs, and then applied sciences also. So the same facilities are given for women. It's not that they are deprived of the facilities, but point is that how far you are comfortable in living that in society where the acceptance from society comes to take you or to accept you, and that starts from your family itself. So in CSIR, there are after many years there were no women directors, but it was 2013 when first women director came as director of one of the labs of CSIR, and now we have 4 directors in CSIR, women directors. So because there is some kind of thought that where there are hardships, women will not be able to handle. So why to bring them ahead? So that kind of a feel, I think, should go away, because women can handle almost all difficult situations because they are naturally empowered for that. So now with this change in the coming times, we have 4 directors of different 4 labs of CSIR, And it's not that others are not capable, but maybe sometimes you are not PhD, or you are not meeting the desirable qualification, or maybe you have not done any other essential qualification prerequisites, so like that. But as far as the merit of research is concerned, there are many women scientists who are excelling in their concerned fields. Here I would say one thing, that if I go back in the history, like this was in the newspaper on June 7th, it was World Food Safety Day, and it was in Economic Times that Dr. Kamala Sorebe was a first PhD, women PhD in food chemistry. And that time she was willing to have fellowship at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, but she was not given that fellowship because the director that time thought that she will not be able to pursue the kind of research they wanted, so she was not given that fellowship. So that kind of discrimination that time, and discrimination, I mean, will happen every time. It is, your own fire, how you will get away with that discrimination. You have to make your own way. So that discrimination happened, and for that she had to apply somewhere else. She was not given a chance at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Dr. Kamala Sorebe. And she was the first biochemist of India. So this article was saying that how that time she was not given the chance, but then she applied for other scholarships and she got some scholarship abroad. She went there, she got her PhD, and she did so much of excellent research. And then when she came back, then she was being offered directorship of many of the labs of scientific agencies. And she was the one who introduced that how vitamin A and C is so much available in like चावल का पानी, आलू, ये सब चीज़ें जो बहुत underprivileged people also can afford. So that was the kind of work what she had given in her research, in her PhD, that how very cost-effective food items can give the best nutrition to a woman and to the human being. So that way. So there are so many instances like that where things were not in their favor. But if at all you want to make your career, you have to make your way, and there is nothing in this world which will stop you. That is my faith in myself, and you should have yours in yourself. So with that, I think I will close, and we have one program. I would just say a few words here. This program is called CAMP, Knowledge and Awareness Mapping Platform, which is a platform where we are trying, this is again, a knowledge alliance of CSIR within industry, since we are having many students sitting here. So that is why I thought I would share this idea with them. And if you want to have details, you can go on the website, kampnistas.org.in, where you will find that how we have designed a program where we are assessing the scientific temper, or say any other, your talent, through your what exam we are conducting online. This is all online because the COVID time did not allow us to make it offline. And there we are capturing that talent at a very young stage, like right from class 8th. Because this exam starts from class 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Because that is the time when you are on a very crucial stage, that where to go, कहाँ जाना है, किस कैरियर में जाना है, कैसे करना है. तो you are in so many minds, कहाँ जाएं, किसमें कैरियर है, कहाँ अच्छा है, कहाँ मिलेगा. आई थिंक मेरे प्रीवियस स्पीकर ने कहा कि ये प्रोफेसर्स कोशिश करते हैं कि आपको एक अच्छा ह्यूमन बीइंग बनाए. बट ऑफ कोर्स इट इज़ वेरी नेचुरल. स्टूडेंट्स दे थिंक हमें कहाँ जाना है, हमारा आगे रास्ता क्या है, हमें नौकरी कहाँ मिलेगी. तो उनके दिमाग में अपने एक जो कैरियर पाथ क्या है वही चलता है. तो उस कैरियर पाथ को चुनने के लिए we designed this program, that how to assess your interest and how to give you guidance then on those lines. And in last 2 years we have captured such talent, around 50 in numbers, to whom we have connected with the junior science clubs, because in CSIR we have 38 laboratories all over India, and every scientist in each corner of India. So wherever these labs are, these junior scientist clubs are there. So the main objective of this program is that how we capture this new generation and how to guide them in a very progressive path, and how to connect them to the scientific thinking. Because ultimately, since I am from CSIR, so I can speak from that perspective, that how do you make good scientists in future? Because nobody wants to have more research, because everybody wants, quick money, go into glamorous jobs, and, settle your life. But in research, there is so much of career in CSIR. In fact, the problem is that awareness is to be spread from our science communicators.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Your examples have been so insightful. One last message for girl students from your side, please. One sentence that you want to tell them.
Yeah, that one sentence again will be that you have to dream first. वो जागते हुए ड्रीम देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. जो हमारे APJ कलाम ने कहा कि सोते हुए ड्रीम देखना तो हर किसी की बात है, लेकिन जागते हुए सपने ज़रूर देखने हैं. तो जागते हुए सपने देखने हैं, उन सपनों को साकार करने के लिए अपने इंटरेस्ट को परस्यू करना है आपको. इफ़ यू हैव द ड्राइव इन यू, बिलीव मी, नथिंग विल स्टॉप यू.
Thank you so
Nothing will
much,
stop.
ma'am. Thank you so much. Your journey has been very insightful, and I'm very sure highly motivating for women and the girl students that we have sitting here. I saw some of the girl students exhibiting their goggles in the exhibition. It was so motivating seeing the girls doing that kind of stuff. So my next question for Dr. Charu. Ma'am, government has initiated several schemes for women encouraging their participation in science. One of the schemes is Kiran, which is knowledge, involvement, research, advancement through nurturing. The scheme was launched in 2014-15, provides opportunities for women scientists in moving up in the academic and administrative ladder as far as science is concerned. Do you see such schemes making an impact on ground? And when I say on ground, I do not mean the ground that we are sitting here today in, which is these closed AC, air conditioner, comfort zone rooms, or tier 1, tier 2 big cities. So my focus is on the rural Indian women that you've been associated with. Your research has been there, your journey has been there. So as you have been researching very closely on rural India, can you throw some light on the on-ground challenges, whether these schemes are impacting on ground, and what are the possible solutions? Because you're training the people who are the decision makers. So no one better than you to give those kind of solutions which are possibly going to involve more women into science and research.
Thanks, Manisha. You have this habit of bringing research to your work, which motivates us. I was surprised when you mentioned Kiran, because Kiran is something which has changed so many lives, but it fizzled out. It kind of fizzled out. And before I speak to answer, yes, Raji, ISSA, Alka, Charanjit Kaur, and all of you, it's because of you I'm here. Honestly, despite being a woman, I was not very sure and comfortable to speak of this for the simple reason that I always operate from research area. I always operate from facts. Life stories have so much to offer, and I thank Tavassuji for that. I'll just give you some facts, because when I was trying to do research for this topic, those facts are very important before I come to Kiran. Okay? 57% of women do bachelor's degree. So that's the first shocking fact. Out of which only 15% of women go to do Bachelor of Science. So can you imagine? 15% of 57% is what? Tip of the iceberg, and you can see that tip sitting here. I can see the part of that tip there. Second is, in last 20 years, now this is where you need to hold your breath. In last 20 years, there has been 20% decline in women seeking technology degrees. So this is quite contrary to our fancy presumption that times have changed and women are moving ahead. So the moment I saw this data that why women is not getting lured towards STEM, Manisha, I had to come to the root cause. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? मैंने साइंस पढ़ी, इन्होंने साइंस पढ़ी, and as you rightly said, I went back to the bottom of pyramid, where the rural country is. Okay. So before doing that, I went to another research where I found that women who did their science, जो 15% लड़कियों ने साइंस करी थी, उन्होंने साइंस के जॉब्स उठाए, स्टेम जॉब्स उठाए, 56% of them left them in mid-level career. So do you see the shocking reality of our country? That 56% of those 15% of that 57% of women, they did take up science jobs, लेकिन mid-level career पे, यानी कि जहाँ से अगला step उनको top पे ले जाता, वहाँ पे they had to exit. Okay, I don't need to say why they had to exit. All of you are very intelligent. Next, women in STEM career. अब मैंने कहा पिछला डेटा देखती हूँ कि ये तो लेटेस्ट डेटा था कि 56% ने एग्जिट किया मिड करियर में. I found 11% decline in last 2 years of women opting for STEM career. यानी कि स्थिति सुधर नहीं रही है. Okay, I go further. मैंने कुछ लोगों से डिस्कस किया. Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Yahoo, Twitter. इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से जब मैंने डेटा उठाया, so I was told कि number of female employees with STEM background, यानी कि जिन्होंने साइंस पढ़ी है, वो औरतें इन कंपनीज में नॉन टेक्निकल जॉब्स कर रही हैं, मेजॉरिटी होता है. I had this data with me, so they did not opt to be a systems analyst or a physician in a lab. They opted to be an administrative in charge or maybe a dean or whatever. Okay. So I went further. I asked those women. They said we get 82% salary less than men counterpart. यानी कि सेम काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग साइंस के. हम लोग साइंसिस एडमिन में बैठी हैं और वहाँ भी उसी जॉब पे हमें 82% सैलरी कम मिल रही है. मेरे को लगा इंडिया है. All of us we love our country, but we should always do a holistic research. I found a report which says 80% of UK firms pay men more than women for science jobs. Okay, I had to go further. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? पेरेंट्स इतनी मुश्किल से पैसा देके हम लोगों को साइंस कराते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी कराते हैं, MCA, BCA, BTech, MTech, आप में से कई हैं, इंजीनियरिंग करवाते हैं, और उसके बावजूद या तो हम पढ़ने के बाद करियर में आना छोड़ रहे हैं, या हम ज्यादा मेहनत करके वो 80% का गैप कवर अप कर रहे हैं, 20% का गैप. तो I went to another data set where I found majority of the women left their jobs because of harassment. I have data with me. Wipro reported 111 cases every year. ICICI Bank with technical background reported 87% of cases, and so on. And these are only disclosed cases. I go further. I talk to some girls. बहुत कम टाइम था मेरे पास. राजकुमार जी बहुत अपना समझ के बुलाते हैं, बट मुझे कुछ फोन किए. उन फोन में 90% women reported molestation, cyber stalking, revenge porn, call center rapes, and so on, through people known to them, because I couldn't directly talk to everybody. So I said कि क्या वजह है, क्यों नहीं हम लोग इस तरह टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, and so on. This is my scientific report. Anybody who's keen. Now coming to bottom of the pyramid, और ये है science students, probably all across the country, rural and urban. But now she asked me specific to rural. Rural is bottom of the pyramid. I've been to 60 villages in my lifetime of 3 years of my PhD. My topic was from IIT Delhi, that how is technology being accepted by rural India. So technology acceptance model study करना था. उसमें नारी, कारीगर, आदिवासी, युवा और किसान, ये 5 कैटेगरीज को मैं स्टडी कर रही थी. डिफरेंट विलेजेस में जाती थी, रहती थी. अब एक औरत की छोटी सी जिंदगी देखिए कैसे शुरू होती है. सुबह 3 बजे वो औरत उठती है, कैटल सारे अपने कैटल को संभालती है, जानवरों को संभालती है, सारे घर की लीपा पोती करती है, खाना बनाती है, 6 बजे तक जब आप पहली कप चाय का पी रहे होते हैं, वो तैयार होके किसान का काम करने चली जाती है खेतों में। यस, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द फार्मर्स इन आवर कंट्री आर विमेन। वो वहां से धूप में उसमें झुक के जब काम करके वापस आती है, खाना खिलाती है, थोड़ी मार खाती है, थोड़ी बातें सुनती है, और उसके बाद फिर अगले दिन की तैयारी में लग जाती है। आप उससे एक्सपेक्ट करें ये एक शादीशुदा औरत की बात नहीं कर रही मैं, ये एक लड़की की बात कर रही हूँ। वो लड़की जो खेतों पे नहीं जा रही, वो छोटे भाई बहन संभाल रही है, ठीक है। उसके बावजूद, थैंक्स टू किरण, a program like this, I found mentorship works. Like she also said, औरत is bubbling with desires because of their positive yin energies. आप कभी भी देख लीजिए, मैं कोई जेंडर वाले एग्जांपल्स नहीं दूंगी, आप सेम सेट ऑफ फार्म लेडी को देख के देखिए, सेम सेट ऑफ फार्म आदमी को देख के देखिए, थोड़ा सा रिएक्शन सोशल कंडीशनिंग से भी है, वो मैं डिनाई नहीं करती। चाहे आपके घर में मेल्स हैं, चाहे मेरे घर में मेल्स हैं, आप अनकॉन्शियसली ये बोल देते हैं, बिटिया तुम टेबल साफ कर लो, बेटा तुम उठ के पढ़ने जाओ। कहते हैं, गलत कहते हैं, मेरे घर में अलाउड नहीं है। औरतों की तरह रोते क्यों हो? इस कंडीशनिंग ने अनकॉन्शियसली औरत को ज्यादा रेजिलिएंट बना दिया, ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग बना दिया, अनकॉन्शियसली, because she was supposed to do everything and she ended up being better than men. But in this journey, I realized one thing that makes difference to a woman to do science is mentorship, is a guide. That is what Kiran provides. मैंने किरण को एनालाइज किया उस टीम को, और मैं आई वाज टेलिंग मनीषा, आई मस्ट थैंक हर, शी रिमाइंडेड मी ऑफ माय डेज जब मैं रूरल से वापस आई। मैंने आते ही एक एनजीओ है, अगर आप लोग गूगल करें, डिजिटल एम्पावरमेंट फाउंडेशन, ओसामा मंजर जी इज रनिंग इट। मैंने उनके थ्रू 5 लड़कियों को मेंटर किया अंडर किरण स्कीम। मेरा काम क्या होता था, मैं हर सैटरडे को 4 बजे उन्हें कॉल करती थी और उनसे उनकी लाइफ की प्रॉब्लम्स पूछती थी ताकि वो साइंस पढ़ सकें। And out of those 5 girls, 4 of them are already based in Delhi and doing their masters. So what did I do? I didn't teach them how to mix equations or how to balance equations or how to mix chemicals. I only used to ask them, तुम क्या करना चाहते हो, तुम्हें क्या प्रॉब्लम है। एक लड़की स्पोर्ट्स में चली गई फाइनली। So they were just waiting to get a little guidance. They were just waiting to hear it is possible. They were just waiting to know there are schemes by Government of India. जो मैंने किया वो मैंने सिर्फ एक बड़ी बहन का या माँ का रोल किया, but that was enough to push them out of their social conditioning, their constraints, their circumstances, and motivate them to come ahead. So please understand, until now, I have my great grandfather with me. He is great and he is my father. One thing I realized through him was that keep encouraging people around you. So that is what I do, and I want all of you to do. Any one person, thank you, please, yes, it is all about giving back to society. आपको बहुत बड़ी किरण स्कीम नहीं चाहिए, आपको डिजिटल एम्पावरमेंट फाउंडेशन नहीं चाहिए। The next person you see in your life, a male or a female, I have equal regards for all the males. That she said, we are here because of them, because they encouraged her. We had a great father. We probably had a very nasty man in our life, जिसको हम let down करना चाहते थे और हम ज़्यादा पढ़े। All of us know that. Okay, so we thank them all the time, positives and negatives both. But give back to society, उनसे बात करो। एक लड़का, एक लड़की अगर आप उन्हें बात करके मेंटर कर लो, I'm telling you the whole society will have a ripple effect. चाहे वो आपकी मेड है, चाहे वो आपके घर के बुजुर्ग है, the moment they bring in some difference because of gender roles, we don't need it. The first child born in your family, please don't give them blues and pinks or those toys, trains for the boys and dolls for the girls. Don't do that. Make them wear gender neutral clothes. Give them the choices of doing maths whenever they want, and make your family realize that this is what is healthy for them. एक अच्छा खुश बच्चा एक अच्छा समाज बनाता है, उसमें लड़की और लड़के का कोई मतलब नहीं। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Every time I talk to you, it's a greater zeal and a deeper vision that I carry back home. And with that, I'll just touch base a little life journey of mine. I'm a single parent to a special child, and I have empowered, trained, and placed 10,000 plus students till date, right from 2001 till now. And I think my son has been the reason of the fact that whatever I've been doing in life, so whatever my son will not be able to achieve, I see the other students achieving. And I very truly believe what you said, that it is not telling them how to mix chemicals, it is not telling them what to do, what not to do. It is just telling them, guiding them, listening to them, empathizing with them, understanding where they're facing the challenges and just guiding them through. And that's it. I believe the youth of today knows how to troubleshoot, way out, if they have the right mentors and the guides and the coaches in their life. Thank you so much once again, ma'am. Dr. Sanita, my next question to you, ma'am. The number of women in India, as ma'am shared, who have opted for STEM is falling. And then we see the number of graduations and drop in the work, also in the workspace as well, whether it is harassment or it is the expectations out of a woman that she has to drop away from whatever she's doing. I very, very strongly believe that we are what families stood by. I would not have been able to achieve whatever I did if my family was not standing by me very, very strongly. Ma'am, what kind of initiatives are you taking at MIT, to ensure that the girl students are encouraged towards STEM education? What is the trend that you see on ground as far as STEM education is concerned amongst the girl students in your university? What are the initiatives that you're taking to kind of see that the journey strengthened moving on?
Yeah, well, that's good, Manisha. I just want to say that as far as the MIT, ADT University is concerned, this is a really professional university, we can say. There is a little, since we are working in the urban areas, I will not talk about the pain which Dr. Charu has mentioned regarding the rural areas. But I can say I would like to add a lot of points and the cultural changes which are coming up because of this team, because of the artificial intelligence and robotics. I will add on that my views. As far as these urban areas are concerned, a lot of people and the parents are taking positively, and they are sending girl students in either from the tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities to be a part of engineering education. So gone are the days when I have took my engineering admission, there was a single girl in my college studying in the mechanical department. That was the scenario that time. But now that picture has changed, and lot of girl students are accepting taking any specialization like aerospace engineering specialization. Parents are coming up, and we should share that some of the ladies like Sunita Williams or Kalpana Chawla are coming up in India. And considering this positive part, I would like to mention that when I have seen that as far as the engineer, the IEEE has honored me as a woman in engineering membership. And from that perspective, I would like to add that in India, whatever the engineering graduates are coming up, in that the 28% of engineering graduates are doing the women. are women. Whatever is the percentage of engineering graduates from India is there, like it comes in 13 lakhs or 14 lakhs. So out of that, 28% are the female, and remaining are the male candidates. And out in that male, 28% of ladies which are coming up as a engineering ladies. So in that ladies group, I can say that the 36 to 37% of ladies are preferring the jobs in computer science and engineering. That is in basically the IT industry related job, that is in the artificial intelligence and machine learning job. We are having a very good way forward. Some of the ladies are taking the scholarships from various abroad universities, and they are also going for higher education, but very few. We can say that only 2 to 3 lakhs of Indians are going abroad and taking the education, and in that the different percentage of women is there, those who are pursuing the higher education abroad. But while talking this all figures, the positive scenario that the ladies are doing wonderful research work. They have very good ability in problem solving, and they are showing their talent in problem solving. A lot of discrimination is also there for ladies, for most of the for the ladies in a group. Lot of ladies has to face the challenges when they are working in any organization at higher position, because the ladies in India it is said that एक lady ही दूसरी lady को खींचती है, but ऐसा नहीं होगा अभी. All ladies will join the hands, and I think the organization will the women empowerment, if really want to take to the next level, then all the ladies should come up and they should boost up the moral in their group, boost up the moral in the peer group, whatever the colleague groups they are working together, and that is need to be done. As far as the MIT EDT initiatives are taken, the wonderful initiatives which I have taken, in that we celebrate the Women's Empowerment Day, and we have installed the Women's Entrepreneurs Award, then Women's Social Responsibility Award for MIT Art Design Technology University. Also, we have installed some of the scholarships for MIT EDT University female students, that is meritorious students. In that meritorious students, if the first two rankers are the are the male candidate, even though the third specifically merit award is given to the female candidate, that is there. Some of the early bird scholarships are installed for some of the programs, those who are in a micro specialized areas like robotics, automation, cloud computing, or you can say the areas like electrical vehicle technology, or some of the energy engineering. These are very upcoming programs for which we are defining and designing the curriculums. We have at MIT EDT University the design school. So design school is second design school in all over India. After NID, the design school is there, and this design thinking is required everywhere nowadays for user experience design and all. So there we have some scholarships for the female candidates, and this is what we have done. Then the sports facility, we are encouraging some of the girls candidate, if they are willing to be a part of it, we are encouraging them. We are giving some repeat in their classes so that they can be a part of sports personality, and that is how we are encouraging them for. Also, one more thing which I would like to add, that if there are some female candidates or the faculty members, those who want to be a researcher, those who want to bring some research consultancy projects and some of the research work in the organization, for them we are promoting, the organization is promoting for bringing that research to the next level. We are giving some special grants to them. That is how we are trying to motivate them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Do you see a shift, a mindset shift in the parents also? In enrolling their girls child or their daughters in STEM-related courses?
Yeah, there is a shift in the mindset, at least in the urban areas. Even there are some girl students, those who are coming up from the urban areas like Latur, but the percentage is very less. As you are saying, the percentage is really less. India is a vast country. 70% of our economy is based on the agri economy, and that is really where we need to work on it. Because of that, I think the other people, those who are in the urban population, or those who are having those who are not based on the agri income, these people are trying to get their ladies in a right way. That's what I can say. And they are taking really a fabulous effort. Some of the families are taking really wonderful letters. There is one girl from Pune city. She is a daughter of rickshawala, and she has been declared as a CA. She has done CA in first attempt. So how this is a change. This is where, and the India is required to have a change now, because where the parents are well educated, there we need not require to work on it. But really the families like this, and I think one girl of rickshawala, she has been declared as a, I think, Miss India or something recently. So this kind of change, transformational change, is coming into the urban areas, where the people are from the middle income group. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, ma'am. What I can understand is the shift is there, yes, but again, it's more in those kind of jobs which are more computer science or computer engineering kind of jobs. Girls are not opting for mechanical engineering or those kind of hard-based or hard subjects like science and becoming researchers, as we have Dr. Tabasum sitting here. But Nagarji, my next question for you, sir. I understand you have taken a lot of initiatives in your journey, professional journey, as far as empowering women is concerned in your professional space. Can you cite one of the most motivating examples from that journey of yours, please?
Yeah, thank you. One of my highlights of my life really has been when I was voted the male diversity champion in Barclays. This was across all Barclays countries. New York, it was an Oscar-like ceremony. There's something on YouTube you can see later. I got the award. It's very, till now, and maybe for years later also, it's a very positive thing that happened. I think that is one lesson I got from there was, it's not about telling males what to, let's say, accept women. But मेरी होती है ना थोड़ा सा जरा कि भाई आप हमारी प्रशंसा करेंगे तो हम और अच्छा है तो get something positive motivating is a very important thing. Otherwise what happens is how much percentage women, how many percentage men in a particular organization by position, by whichever levels, etc. So that's mathematics behind it. But what we need to do is if you are motivating the male behavior which is promoting women, then that becomes viral to other people. And then that starts, that just gets the ball rolling. Rather than just cite the number of sexual harassment cases, it's bad, very bad. But at the same time, promoting women का अगर आप ज़्यादा करेंगे तो शायद अच्छा हो जाएगा. मतलब वही है कि cite the good even more, it'll go by. Now, I think so.
We are sitting on the stage. It's more important to train women on self-defense. As ma'am said, yes, the numbers do speak and they cannot be ignored. But as you are very rightly saying, the flip side of it, the other side of the coin is the positive side too, which cannot be ignored as well.
And second is, you got 4 women.
छोटी सी बात है सब कहिए आपके लिए भी आप सही कह रहे हैं पॉजिटिव बात करनी चाहिए लेट्स नॉट पुश द इश्यूज अंडर द कारपेट इतनी सी मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है यहाँ जितनी बच्चियाँ बैठी हुई हैं किसी भी एज की ठीक है 2 साल से लेके 80 साल तक इश्यूज आते हैं जो वर्ड्स मैंने यूज किए बात करते भी लड़कियाँ डरती हैं जब तक आप जैसे और मेरे जैसे भद्र इंसान उन बातों को सुनेंगे नहीं। पॉजिटिविटी चाहिए, हर चीज के लिए चाहिए वो तो, लेकिन हमें ये इश्यूज को इन फोरम्स पे लेके आना है, तभी हम जैसे लोग इनकरेज करेंगे इन बच्चियों को कि ये इश्यूज इनके साथ भी हुए, इनके साथ भी हुए, मेरे साथ भी हुए, और आप इसको समझते हैं। बस इतनी सी गुजारिश।
नहीं, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। और मैं इसमें देखिए एक और चीज़ ऐड करता हूँ। मेरे लिए आज लर्निंग है कि आप 4 लेडीज़ से मेरी यहाँ पे मुलाकात हुई और आप स्टेम की बात कर रही हैं, क्योंकि मैं भी समवेयर माइंडसेट में होता है कि भाई लिबरल आर्ट्स में ज़्यादा विमेन होती हैं। मैं आईआईटी में मेरे 250 लोग थे, मैं 6 लड़कियाँ थी केवल। तो मैं और मेरा लड़का यहाँ पे अशोका यूनिवर्सिटी लिबरल आर्ट्स में गया, तो वहाँ पे मतलब 413 का बैच था जिसमें 250 लड़कियाँ थीं। तो मैंने कहा तेरी तो लाइफ निकल गई, अच्छी हो गई। तो आई जस्ट सेइंग नहीं, अब लेट मी कंप्लीट दैट। आई फाइंड हिम, I find.
How many people are fathers like you sitting here?
नहीं बात सुनिए। I find कि at his age and my age when he's a much more mature person when it comes to women and when he come to his lady friends and all that bit, and that's why I saying कि मेरा next जन्म में मैं arts पहले करूँगा, then I'll come to sciences. Anyway, that's a different thing. What I want is, and Raj, where is Raj gone?
Anyway. You were talking about next life.
हाँ,
You're saying अभी
मैं कह रहा हूँ इंस्पिरेशन मेरा कैसा है। अगर आप नेक्स्ट कभी मिलेंगी तो पूछ लेना कि कैसे हुआ, तो मैं क्या लास्ट जन्म में बोला था। तो एनीवे, व्हाट रिमेन्स हियर इज, देखिए आप लोगों की स्टोरीज, आपका 1-1 मिनट का टेस्टिमोनियल इंस्टाग्राम पे होना चाहिए। आप साइंटिस्ट कैसे बनी, आपकी साइंस में क्या आपकी वो था, जो आज आपने यहाँ पे बोला, ये तो इतने लोगों के पास गया, ठीक है थोड़ा और चला जाएगा। वो जो इंस्टाग्राम जो आजकल इतना पॉपुलर हो गया है, इंस्टाग्राम, लिंक्डइन, फेसबुक, जो भी है, बिकॉज द विमेन इन दी 2nd tier और 3rd tier सिटीज़ ना, दे नीड टू शो टू देयर पेरेंट्स कि देखिए ये बोल रही हैं, ये बनी है तो मैं भी बन सकती हूँ। उनको नहीं मालूम, और उनके तो चाचा मामा सब दबा देंगे कि यार ये तो ऐसे ही बोल रही है। लेकिन आपका तो ये हो, आपको फिर दिखा दो कि वायरल हो गया जी, 1 मिलियन व्यूज़ हैं, यू नो। तो लेट्स मेक इट वायरल। दीज आर द थिंग्स वी नीड टू मेक वायरल रादर देन ऑल द सिली थिंग्स दैट वी डू। सो दिस इज माई केस कि भाई आई मीन forget STEM for the time being, just saying women in work itself. I mean, I've seen that happen, and I respect that. Let's say आपका जिस तरह से brain wired है, there's a very nice men's brains versus women's brains. YouTube में एक बड़ा अच्छा वाला है कि women brain can, it's a much holistic brain. And I'll give you an example. I was in HSBC and I was in Citibank also. So the difference between the culture between HSBC and Citibank towards the customer, I'm talking very professional, there's nothing women in this. So Citibank is very cold and efficient, you know. Call should be handled in 3 minutes. If it goes off 3 minutes, you should have to do something on the performance. कि हाँ, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? ऐसे cut. But HSBC, आओ जी, आइए सर, आपके मतलब आपके बच्चे भी आ रहे हैं। उनके हाँ, मेरे बच्चे का मतलब वो 6 महीने का था, तो उसको एक पिगी बैंक लेके उसका अकाउंट खोल दिया। वो 6 महीने का बच्चा है, मतलब अंडर माई नेम ऑफ कोर्स। और वहाँ पे वी वेंट टू द ब्रांच, वहाँ पे बलून वाला एक क्लाउन आया है, सब कुछ आया। नाउ व्हाई? बिकॉज द रिटेल मैनेजर वाज अ वुमन. Men would not have been able to think of it.
Absolutely right, sir. Those creative minds that we have, right? Yes. Special thanks to Bharnagaji for being the most honored woman amongst us, sitting on the stage and discussing your journey here. Ma'am, one last question for you, please. We see and we heard what CSIR is doing and what NISCAP is doing. There are schemes the government is running. Is the government thinking of adopting some universities and converting them into those model universities for the country, wherein we can see STEM blooming?
Very interesting question. Yes, I would say, as far as my experience is concerned, uh, CSIR has many schemes where there are programs where girls can have fellowship or scholarships if they are giving their choices and giving their expertise. And besides that, actually we have a program called uh, again, I think one of my junior colleagues Abhishek was speaking on triple helix approach, so keeping that as a point to make forward. Some 10-15 years back, CSI had this MOU with the Skill Development Council, where we are working with clusters. So there is an initiative from CSIR that wherever the labs are, there is an industrial cluster around. Like for example, because CSIR laboratories came into being because there was some industry working in that area. Suppose I take Roorkee, for example, since we are sitting in North India. So Roorkee is a city where the first engineering college was there, Thompson College of Engineering, the first engineering college of India, which now became IIT Roorkee. So there we have this cluster of scientific instrumentation cluster, because whatever this instrumentation for scientific measurements, they are being manufactured over there, but now with China competition, this that industry is now in a good position and they have diversified into some other lines. But as far as this triple helix is concerned, and what your question to me is concerned, that there is a kind of provision where a combination or a coordination where the CSI lab is there, where an education institute is there, and where an industry cluster is there. So what we have done in that, and because the time positive is there, otherwise I would have shared more details. Like this, there are 56 clusters in India, because MSME informal sector leads India as the green economy. So there is a provision that a PhD student or say MPhil student or say master's student in any science, if you want to connect yourself with an industry, then there is an MOU between these three. So you can join that program where, because the main objective of that scheme is, or that MOU is, that wherever the industrial cluster is, because the industrial cluster will work with the close vicinity of some research and education passion. So even that will work both ways. So these students, they take opportunity to go and visit the industry itself, take insight from there, and then they come back and research in their own labs. So that kind of connectivity has already been there, and that is why I asked you a question to Mr. Choi in my last previous one. So that is the provision there.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With this, we are winding up the session.
I just want to add in this,
Yes.
the organizations like CSIR, DRDO, or the various other organizations are there which are run by Government of India. There should be a fixed number of reservation for the women scientist, and there should be, then I think the more women can be promoted, and some of the seats need to be made available as interns or some research for the research projects, so that is going to get the great help for them, because lot of these kind of projects are run by them and they are with them, but they are not the woman candidate, or the other candidate also can get the more and more opportunity to connect with them. And whatever maybe the vacancy seats are available for them, they need to be filled up on the immediate basis, because we are moving towards the privatization everywhere, and we are updating very fast. And then in that case, the government should take the decision very fast, and we should come up to develop the economy of the India. That's what I can add. Yeah.
If women is not involved in
Yeah.
science,
Yeah.
women-centric scientific designs will not happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Phone is too big for us. Why? Because there were no women thinking of it. Today, airbags in cars are not designed for women's size, because the mannequins were of men's size. So जितनी औरतें साइंस में आएंगी, उतना women-centric scientific design होगा.
Right, very good, because women are ultimately driving this, they are the force of this entire world.
Yes, I think all together are driving force of everything, ma'am, all women and men together. We would not be here without our families and parents and fathers. So with this, I'm winding up the session, and any questions from the audience that we have?
Do we have any questions?
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, one from that side.
Question, but just humble and overwhelming with happiness to hear you people.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. That's made my day. I think the last session and women-centric session
Absolutely.
speaks about it. With this, I'm winding up the session. We have our chief guest, Honorable Professor Anand Sastra, Chairman AICT, amongst us already. Thank you so much.